All right, everyone, we're at ATA 2020 with Troy Fowler, aka the Ranch Fairy, and we're here to pick his brain. Well, as picky as his brain is. Magnus Cruz here, too.
I don't know how much brain I've got to pick, but hang on.
Yeah, we're picking it. We're here to talk heavy arrows. We know Troy's a high FOC, big arrow, single bevel, all that pointy hat stuff.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk with him about that, and I'm more interested in about the youth arrow setup, the youth arrow weight, and all that sort of stuff. So Troy, I want to know. We saw Project Dick Dick. It was a great project. 700 grains, 40 some pounds, 25-inch draw, whatever it was. But I want to talk about, in particular, when it comes to parents getting their kids, husbands getting their wives, girlfriends, what weight and how are they going to achieve this weight out of a short draw, short pound bow? Right. What is the best way for them to do that?
So what you want to do, and the advantage you have with a short draw length and with light poundage, is you can get a really light grain per inch arrow.
Right.
You can intentionally search for a velocity or some of these lighter arrows. I don't read about arrows much, but what you want is the lightest grain per inch arrow, and then you front load it, and you want to try to achieve 500 grains and shoot a cut on contact. That's not a bad choice. The Stinger is a fantastic choice in this setup, but you want to front load the thing and max the FOC. You want to be approaching 30%.
At least 25, well over 20.
Minimally 25. And you want to get to 30%, and you want your shots short. You have to accept the limitations of the situation. You got a short draw length, you got no draw weight, you got no velocity. So the only reason I like velocity is because obviously it flattens the arrow out over distance.
Yeah.
But you do not have the ability to shoot 40 yards. It's a 15-yard deal.
Yeah.
Just accept the limits. I'm not a good shot. I'm a terrible shot. I will not practice in front of a mirror and do all that stuff. It's ridiculous for me. Okay? So I limit myself to 40.
Yeah.
I will not shoot past 40.
I can't do more than 30.
Right.
I really can't.
I think if I was elk hunting, I might shoot 40, but they're big. I would do that because they got big. If I was shooting at a diker, if I was in Africa or shooting at a blesbuck, I wouldn't shoot 40 because they're tiny and they bounce all over the place. So you have to just accept your limitations. Practice those shots out to 15, maybe 20. I had a kid this year shoot one at 17 yards with a 395 grain, 33% arrow. The point was 225 with a Stinger, and he shot completely through a doe in Iowa, which was not a small animal, during that time. It went 80 yards and went down. So that was an optimized setup.
Yeah. In terms of, we know gold tip makes brass. You and I are both not a fan of the hip insert system with the brass.
Worst.
We're not a big fan of it. So for guys that shoot something like Carbon Express and that sort of stuff, they don't have the option of brass. Is the only option for them to get a broadhead, or does Ethics make something that'll fit, a 244 instead of a 246?
Yes.
Okay.
So Ethics Archery makes inserts for everything that you can buy. What I would suggest if you have a youth shooter, a lady, a short draw person is, I would get some 600s, some 500s. I'd cut them to whatever length you want to shoot. Ethics just came out with a Ranch Fairy special field point kit. Have the stock inserts put in the shafts, aluminum or whatever.
Yeah.
There's field points 200, 225, 250, 275, and 300 grains. And then you take all those field points and you take the two different spine arrows and you shoot them bare shaft.
Okay. Through paper or just bare shaft?
You can shoot through paper or shoot a target.
Okay.
All of a sudden, some weight is going to be the right recipe. You're hand loading. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And when it shoots, you just accept reality. If you add weight and it goes sideways, that's the wrong arrow. So what you're trying to do is super tune, and then there's a second component, and this is for you too as adults. You're shooting the bow. You can shoot my bow and it won't bear shaft.
Right.
I can shoot yours and it won't bear shaft. Because I hold it different, grip different. I promise you I go like that a lot. So you want it to be perfectly tuned for that individual, that point weight, and then you could shoot 125 grain Stinger, and let's say 225 flies.
Yeah.
You get 100 grain Ethics insert, 125 grain point, and you're going to be in great shape. And you're going to have a lot of FOC. And you want a lot of FOC for the light draw and for the short draw length. And a high cut on contact length.
High cut on contact.
Yeah.
Please shoot a cut on contact. I'm Oh God.
Or a single bevel
Or a
is
single
obviously an option.
Yeah.
So that's the magic medicine. And you just have, like we said it like 3 times, you have to accept limits. Get them the right shot. I prefer temp lines for kids because they twitch a lot.
Yeah.
It's comfortable for everybody.
Yeah.
So if you're running video, it's really cool. And just suck them in tight. And if they're 25, don't shoot. And it's good for the kids to learn that.
It is. No, it's very important for them to get into that 15
We've done a
yard,
lot.
20 yard gear.
Yep.
Doesn't have to be a feeder shot, but just get them in tight.
Right. Get them in tight however you can do that.
Well, that's all I wanted to pick for now. We're going to pick his brain later. What's left of it. We're going to get around ATA. Thanks for watching. If you don't follow Troy on the Ranch Free channel already, I'll put all of his social media stuff down below in the description. Follow Average Jack Archery. Continue to go on, and we will see you with more ATA content.
See ya.